Well, I wasn't I wasn't expecting to make this video today, but I have to. Now, of course, if you were subscribed to my old channel before it got taken down about 2 years ago, I spoke about the European Super League when it was first started in 2021 from an idiot called Florentino Perez, who is the president of Real Madrid, the 14-time European, basically the best team. Well, I won't say that, but yeah, the 14-time European champions, of course, as of course they've won the European Cup / Champions League 14 times, but yeah, Florentino Perez in 2021, alongside with the Glazers, who own Manchester United and whoever owns Liverpool, they thought it'd be a great idea to scrap the Champions League, scrap the Europa League, scrap the Europa Conference League, scrap all the big leagues like the Premier League, Bundesliga, La Liga, Serie A, Liga 1. They thought it'd be a great idea to scrap everything and start a European Super League which will get all the best teams across Europe to come together and play in the league every season. Of course, I think it was announced, I'm not sure when it was, but was it May? I don't know when it was. May? Was it May? I'm not sure, to be honest, but when I first heard the news in 2021 about this European Super League, I was like, no. I didn't want it to happen, and to this day, I still do not want a European Super League to happen, because literally, Florentino Perez, like the Glazers, whoever owns Liverpool, I can't remember his name, and then Florentino Perez, they all say, oh, we want the European Super League for the competitiveness and to... they're just lying. The reason why they want a European Super League is because of money. They just want more money. And literally, football was started back in the 1800s by the poor. It was started by the poor, and it's been stolen by people like the Glazers and like Florentino Perez. They've stolen it because all they care about, these owners, all they care about is money. They don't care. They don't care about transfer signings. They don't care about how the teams are doing. They don't care about success. All they care about is money. And of course, it was an absolute joke because obviously in 2021, the big six in England, the big three in Spain, and the big three in Italy all said yes to the Super League, and it was probably this close to going ahead. And I think apparently, it was PSG, Bayern and Dortmund, if they all said yes in 2021, a Super League probably would have been happening by now. But thank God them three said no. But then, of course, it caused outrage. Of course, Chelsea did the protest, Arsenal did the protest, Spurs did the protest, Liverpool did the protest, Man United did the protest. Everyone was fuming. And then, of course, I think Chelsea were the first team to leave. Then it was City. Then it was a few clubs in Spain, then Italy. But I think the reason why those teams left, because UEFA were having absolutely none of it. Which, fair enough, they said UEFA were having none of it. And they were saying, no, you're not leaving UEFA competitions to join and go in your little Super League. You're leaving. And I was happy. I was happy that UEFA did that, because I don't think anybody wanted a Super League to happen. And then, of course, today, out of nowhere, this happened. Of course, Fabrizio Romano tweeted this or whatever. Anyway, Fabrizio Romano said, European Court of Justice today confirmed that neither UEFA nor FIFA can impose sanctions on clubs that participate in alternative competitions. So basically, in 2021, when everybody left, it was all from UEFA. They said, no, leave, no. And they basically broke the rules in a way. And of course, the European Court of Justice has basically said to teams like obviously the Big Six, teams like in Italy and Spain, the European Court of Justice has said to them, if you want to join the European Super League, you can. You won't get sanctioned because UEFA and FIFA can't do anything about it. And I mean, to be fair, as soon as that announcement was made by the European Court of Justice, statements galore not just in England, statements galore from European teams across Europe went wild. I actually posted a few of them on my European Football All Time account. I mean, I've got a few of them, but of course the teams have made statements from Man United, Atletico Madrid, Bayern Munich, PSG, Roma, Monaco, Dortmund, Feyenoord and Inter Milan. They all made statements saying, no, we're not going into a Super League. So you know what, fair play to those teams and fair play to a few other teams as well. And of course, fair play, Real Sociedad, Celtic, Fenerbahce, they all said no. And big up to Copenhagen as well. And also, I've also heard that the other Premier League teams have said no as well, because obviously the Premier League made a statement earlier saying that none of the big six want to go into the Super League, which is fair enough, because if one of them would have said yes, it would have caused outrage. But yeah, then actually UEFA actually made a statement as well after the announcement from the European Court of Justice. UEFA said UEFA takes note of the judgment delivered today by the ECJ in the European Super League case. This ruling does not signify an endorsement or validation of so-called Super League, in brackets that is. It rather underscores a pre-existing shortfall within UEFA's pre-authorization framework, a technical aspect that has already been acknowledged and addressed in June 2022. UEFA is confident in the robustness of its new rules and that they comply with all relevant European laws and regulations. UEFA remains resolute in its commitment to uphold the European football pyramid, ensuring that it continues to serve the broader interests of society. We will continue to shape the European sports model collectively with national associations, leagues, clubs, fans, players, coaches, EU institutions, governments and partners alike. We trust that the solidarity-based European football pyramid that the fans and all stakeholders have declared as their irreplaceable model will be safeguarded against the threat of breakaways by European and national laws. So that was a statement by UEFA, and also as well, of course, both presidents of UEFA and FIFA come out. Alexander Seferin has come out and he said that the English fans, which is not wrong, have called it a zombie league, which he is not wrong, by the way. And also the FIFA president Gianni Infantino has spoken out as well, and I don't blame any of them, to be honest, because this Super League thing is just an absolute joke. And also, apparently, A22, I have no idea who they are, but apparently Sky Sports said that A22 are literally Barcelona and Real Madrid. And also something else that I saw earlier, that apparently if this shitty Super League goes ahead, Barcelona and Real Madrid by next week could be getting £1 billion. I mean, it just shows why do they need £1 billion? I mean, Barcelona, yes, they're bankrupt at the moment. Why do Real Madrid need £1 billion? Look at the teams that are suffering. Look at Reading. They want Die Young out. Look at Scunthorpe. Look at all these teams that are suffering. And then you've got bloody giving, and then they're giving £1 billion to Real Madrid. Real Madrid do not need £1 billion. I'll tell you, the teams that need probably more than £1 billion are teams like Reading and Scunthorpe and Cov and Blues and Bolton. And all these teams have been suffering for years. I mean, football was started by the poor and it's been stolen and taken by the rich, because the rich, they don't care. They want everything to go. They've all said, we want a Super League, we just want to change everything. They don't. They want a Super League because they want money. Money, money, money. It's just a fucking joke, and I can't be arsed with these owners anymore. It's an absolute disgrace. It really is. And of course, I'm actually quite happy that most of the clubs have come out and saying, no, we're not going into the Super League, no way. But one club who is an absolute disgrace and have said yes to it, is last season's Italian champions, Napoli. SSC Napoli, whoever said yes to join the Super League deserves to be sacked on the spot. Everybody at Napoli Football Club, you should be ashamed of yourself. I'm not going to lie, I'm disgusted and I'm appalled by Napoli Football Club because they're an absolute joke for accepting a Super League. That means they don't give a shit about Serie A, they don't give a shit about the Champions League, they don't care. All they care is about money. All they care about is money. So, whoever owns Napoli, fuck you. Fuck you. Because you are a fucking joke. For me, passion over money. And no, the Napoli is like, money, give me some money. Napoli Football Club are a disgrace. They are a disgrace to everyone in Italy and they are a disgrace to everyone in Europe and the world. My respect for Napoli Football Club has gone downhill. But for all the other teams that have said no, well done. Because it just proves that you care about the fans. You care about your domestic league. You care about the Champions League. You care about UEFA and FIFA competitions. Napoli, on the other hand, don't give a damn. So fuck you, Napoli. Fuck you. But honestly, it's just a complete joke. And I mean, the new format as well. They've changed the format and all. I mean, A22. They've literally said UEFA, like A22, who are basically Barcelona and Real Madrid. Like they said, they are trying to lure and persuade people to like the Super League because they said they will stream and show every game in the Super League. Will they do that? Probably not, because they're just forcing us fans to support and like the Super League. No one likes the Super League because it is just about money. And literally, it's just a fucking disgrace. Like Didier Drogba said after the semi-final 2009 in the Champions League against Barcelona, it's a fucking disgrace is what it is. Like I said, look at the poor teams like Reading and Scunthorpe and Birmingham and Cov and all these teams. They need the money. They can't afford anyone. They're fucking poor. Give the money to them. Don't give £1 billion to teams like Barcelona, Real Madrid, Napoli. Don't give them £1 billion because do they need it? No, they don't need £1 billion. Not Napoli, Real Madrid. Look at the players that are in their team. Luka Modric, Bellingham, Vinny Jr., Rodrigo. Napoli, they got Osimhen, Kvaratskhelia. They don't need £1 billion. They don't need £1 billion. Oh, and I've just found now. Well, let's see this. Florentino Perez. Well, what's this bold cunt had to say then? From Real Madrid, we welcome with great satisfaction the decision taken by the Court of Justice of the European Union, which is responsible for guaranteeing our principles, values and freedoms. In the coming days, we will carefully study the scope of this resolution, but I do anticipate two conclusions of great historical significance. First of all, that European club football is not and will never be a monopoly again. Fuck you, Perez. And secondly, that from today the clubs will be the owners of their destiny. Clubs will see fully I can't be asked to read this. I don't care about you, Perez. Florentino Perez is an absolute idiot. I hate him. I don't care. He's probably not gonna see this video, but this is a message to Florentino Perez that you are an absolute disgrace to football. You are a disgrace because all you care about is money. You don't care about the poor clubs. I don't know, there could be a poor team in Spain. You don't care, Florentino Perez. All you care about is money. And the new format from A22 that's been released mate, they say you don't need 64 teams. I mean, for fuck's sake, bruv. Why do they need 64 teams? About relegation, they're going to stream every game. It's just pointless. It's pointless. What is the point in PSG playing Bayern and Real Madrid and Napoli every season? What's the point? It's fucking pointless. And what's going to happen to teams then if the Super League does happen? What's going to happen to teams that will never get into Europe? Teams like Everton and Brentford and, I don't know, teams like, again, Strasbourg, I don't know, fucking Stuttgart. It's just a joke. The Super League overall is a disgrace. I don't want it to happen, and if it does, I am watching it. I'm quitting football if it happens, because the Super League is a joke. We need to protest again and stop Florentino Perez, the Glazers, and everyone to stop. Football fans, we need to come together. We need to unite to come together and protest once again against the European Super League, because it's passion over money. Fans are more important than money. I'm ending this video. Goodbye.